What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. Man, look at this particular article right here. It says Star Wars fans enraged after Taika Waititi admits forgetting film details. And it's not even really that he forgot some kind of obscure detail, like he didn't remember a particular story point or something. Like, this dude apparently forgot like an entire character, a very important character in the Star Wars saga. He just forgot that this person even was in the movie, an actress. And yeah, let's go ahead and just read through this because this is absolutely incredible, and it kind of points out the problems with some of the Star Wars filmmakers. Is that you got folks just kind of making Star Wars films that don't really have any love for the franchise or lore. I've been talking about this when it comes to other series, Marvel, especially the Sony Spider-Man universe, where you got Sony trying to build out a Spider-Man universe, but they're not going to people that actually care about that franchise or that property or the characters within it. All they're doing is just trying to fill the slate of comic book characters as they probably see them. They're just IPs that they just need to produce material for, and then start pushing out stories and content that really don't resonate with any of the original source material. They don't care that, for instance, that Craven was a hunter. No, they got to make him into some kind of an animal lover now. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, now Taika Waititi is joining in the mix with this whole thing. But let's go ahead and check out this article. By the way, if you haven't done so, like and subscribe down below. Definitely helps out the channel, definitely helps get this video around YouTube so others can find it and hear what I have to say in regards to this. So Star Wars fans are enraged, and they should be, because he made a absolutely bonehead mistake when he was talking to this particular actress, Natalie Portman. So let's go ahead and read. Taika Waititi is in hot water with Star Wars fans after the New Zealand director admitted he forgets some key details from the early films in the franchise. It was announced in 2020 that the Oscar-winning filmmaker will direct and co-write a new Star Wars feature film for theatrical release, but he revealed that he forgot that Natalie Portman had starred in them. In fact, Waititi revealed that he even asked Portman if she ever wanted to be in a Star Wars movie. Yeah, it's like hilarious. Like, Natalie Portman was in the 4th, 5th, and 6th films in the series. So yeah, she knows Star Wars. She's been around the block a little bit. Taika, come on, man, get with it, man. This is absolutely unconscionable. Natalie said to me, "What do you want to do next?" And I said, "I'm trying to work on the Star Wars things. Have you ever wanted to be in a Star Wars movie?" She said, "I've been in Star Wars movies. I forgot about those ones." He laughed in the interview. So you forgot about 3 of the, what is there, 11 now? 3 of the 11 films. Well, I guess you could count the Clone Wars as the Clone Wars movie as another one. So, but let's just say, like, out of the 11 live action films, Natalie Portman was in 1/4 of those, right? She was in 3 of them. So yeah, you should absolutely know what's going on here if you're jumping into this franchise. Like, I hate the fact that these guys are always saying, "Oh, you know, I've always been a Star Wars fan. I've always been a fan of the franchise. I've always loved this stuff. It's absolutely phenomenal, great, and all that kind of stuff." And then they just have no idea like what's happened in it. They probably just saw it as a kid once or twice, and then that was it. Lucasfilm has to start looking at, who do we need to go to? Who do we need to talk to when it comes to making Star Wars content? Should we just get any old director that's out there that's maybe made a couple of Oscar-winning films and they seem to know, you know, their way around Hollywood and all of that kind of stuff? Or should we be going to people that actually care about the franchise, know the franchise, and said, "Hey, you know what? This is personal to me. I've always wanted to make a Star Wars film. Man, I remember when I was a little kid drawing pictures about what my Star Wars movie would look like and all that kind of stuff." Maybe those are the guys that we need to be hiring Lucasfilm, rather than just getting some director off the street. Just because he's a good director doesn't necessarily make him a good Star Wars director. I think that's an important distinction. The director made the revelations amid his latest project, Thor: Love and Thunder, which also stars Natalie Portman. He went on to say that the sheer amount of canon in Star Wars universe means he has to do a lot of research for the planned movie. But I just feel like for me, I'm never going to please the fans. You're probably not if you're not remembering like some important details like who was in the movie. You know, I mean, Padme Amidala is not necessarily like some small obscure character that you could just throw away or whatever. Like, she was a key centerpiece of the prequels. She was one of the main characters in the prequels, and you didn't know that this woman that was in 3 films, what? And I mean, again, it's not like she just popped up here and there. She was in 3 movies and she was a prominent character in all 3. Come on, you gotta be kidding me with this. You know, I don't want to mess with something that's so treasured. Also, you feel like you've got to do a lot of research and I don't have any time, laughs. I mean, there's thousands of books that have been written, those volumes of books about Star Wars with all those characters. I just don't have time to get through them. The thing about it that kind of disappoints me with this is that he was talking about getting away from this particular era, which I'm all for. Go and get 200 years into the future, get away from the Skywalker saga altogether. I'm 100% behind that. Write some new stories, create some new characters, but there's just like little things that you got to know about Star Wars. And the fact that you're saying, man, I got to do all of this research and I don't have any time, then don't make the movie, man. Just, yay, okay, I'm just back out of this because apparently there's a lot to it and I got to do some research and I just don't have time to do it. We need directors and filmmakers who want to make Star Wars, not who feel like this is some sort of a burden. Like, it's look how he sounds. Like, I don't have any time. There's thousands of books that have been written. Yeah. And there's people that are going through them and reading through them. Man, it's just amazing, man. It's just amazing how Lucasfilm can't better vet some of these guys that they're just handing projects to. So I can't say, like, you know, confidentially that I'd be able to do something that's like very close to what everyone knows. I'm not promising that I'm going to do anything like that. I'm just saying it'd be easier for me not to do that. Would you like to see a Jar Jar Binks movie? Despite his honesty, all right, and this is what I love. For Star Wars fans, they ain't playing around with you. You know, Star Wars fans don't play around. You know, when we go to Celebration, you know, a lot of folks think that, oh yeah, these are just like flag waving Star Wars stands. They just like everything that Star Wars does. And there's probably a few folks that are like that. And I think everybody kind of accepts this. It's like Star Wars fans are probably the most protective and critical of the franchise, which is why Kathleen Kennedy gets a lot of heat. And you know, like some of these directors like Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams, they catch a lot of heat from Star Wars fans. And at Celebration, you know, you have conversations with folks and people are mostly positive, but there are still some conversations like, yeah, man, they kind of dropped the ball on this one, that one, you know, but hey, we're just here to celebrate what we love. But yeah, there's some feelings even amongst the hardest core Star Wars fans that a lot of this stuff isn't working. Despite his honesty about the scale of such a project, some diehard Star Wars fans are not impressed. Stop hiring people who don't know the franchise, reads one tweet. Absolutely. I mean, just like Taika Waititi talking about his 2025 Star Wars film was a dumpster fire. Forgot Natalie Portman was in Star Wars. Asked if she'd like to be in it. Doesn't have time to research the IP. Realized his film idea is flawed. Yeah, man, that's bad, bad, bad. And then it goes on right here towards the bottom. Another disgruntled fan added, why do they keep giving Star Wars movies to directors that aren't that knowledgeable about Star Wars in the first place? We expect a guy directing Star Wars movie to know one of the main characters of Star Wars. Like, it's so true, man. It's like, imagine if you had a Star Wars, hey, I'm gonna make a Star Wars film, you know, and he runs into, like, you know, Ewan McGregor, hey, you want to be in a Star Wars project? You know, I'm planning on throwing something around. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, it's just truly incredible how you can be a director in Hollywood and you could be talking to folks making one of the biggest franchises in Hollywood's history, if not the biggest, and you're not knowledgeable in any way, shape, and form. I mean, if I was coming in as a, you know, a creative, and I said, hey, you know, like, you know, I'm a writer, and they say, hey, Derek, hey, we want you to join in. Let me see something that I'm absolutely, let's say it said, hey, Derek, we want you to join in and, you know, recreate the Star Trek universe, you know, do something different with it. We're going to give you the script. Go ahead and write it. I would be just like, you know, floored, but number one, but I would probably say, I don't know that much about Star Trek. I'm not a Star Trek fan like that. Well, we know, but you know, we like your ideas and your storylines. Come on, just come on through, write a Star Trek script, you know, it'll be fine. And I'm like, I mean, there's a lot of fans out there, you know. I probably would start doing like panels of fans, like, hey man, let me get like 10 hardcore Star Trek fans, and you know, from different backgrounds. Give me some old, you know, original guys, you know, give me some folks from the next generation period, give me some guys from today, and let's just talk about it in a broad sense. I would try to do something like that and try to gain as much knowledge, not from these cats working at Lucasfilm. I'm talking about actual fans that go and pay money. You got to start talking to those guys. You really got to start thinking about who are they making these films for, right? Who's the one's going to go out and buy these tickets, okay? Because yeah, there's a lot of fans in the general audience that'll say, hey, yeah, I'll just go check out a Star Wars film, it'll be fun, but they're not like hardcore fans. And then you got like the hardcore fans. These are the ones that are going to go to see this thing 3 or 4 times. If it's a good film, they're going to go out and support the hell out of it, and that's going to be the reason that your film really takes off. They're going to talk about it every day. It's going to push it out into the cultural conversation. So those are the guys that you really need to be trying to target. You know, I understand trying to widen, you know, your fan base and bring extra people in and just kind of, oh, these guys will always like Star Wars, let's get some new blood in here. I get that, but you still have to respect where this thing started and where it came from. And again, this kind of stuff just shows that the filmmakers that are out there, and one of the reasons that these franchises are struggling is because the filmmakers out there, the creatives out there, they don't respect the fan base like they should. But anyway, folks, what do you think about this situation? Taika Waititi making Star Wars films and he has no idea what Star Wars. I like this last little quote here. Taika has as much business making Star Wars film as I have on being on the International Space Station. Yeah, that's a fact. But go ahead, drop down in the comments, leave me your thoughts and your opinions on that. All right, folks, thanks for watching. See you next time.